Hello everyone, I am Debashish Dey from iLoma Technology and I'll be giving you a brief tutorial about RecyclerView with custom adapter. So let's start. The output we want here will be a recycler view that shows something like a contact list. Okay, let's start with a fresh Android project. Now what we'll do is we'll break the video in sections. First section being preparation of recycler view and dataset. Recycler view is basically a list that represents data. So before going to recycler view, we will make a dataset. We'll start with making a Pojo class for storing and fetching our data. Pojo class is a Java class and has setter and getter method in it. Let's make a Pojo class first. We'll be making a Pojo class named contact. Now in this Pojo class or a simple class, I'll declare three variables. Now to make the getter and setter method for these variables. In Mac, I can use command plus N to get this menu and directly select these options and I'll get the getter and setter method automatically. In Windows, I'll have to use Alt and Insert for this. Okay. Before we move ahead, what we'll do is we'll first understand the flow of data between recycler view and adapter. Let's understand with the help of diagram. Let us assume that this block is an object of class contact. We have set values to the variable using the setter method. This was a single object. Similarly, we can make multiple objects and then add it to a collection. We will use an array list to add our objects. In this diagram, we have a list with multiple contacts, and now what we are supposed to do is pass this list to the adapter. Adapter will act as a link between our recycler view and dataset, that is our array list. Now finally what we'll do is, after setting the adapter, we'll set the adapter to the object of recycler view that we make in our activity. Okay, now let's get back to our project and do things programmatically. We have already made our Pojo class, so now we'll make a method for our dataset. Here's the array list. I'll declare it with the type contact, so it's storing the type of my model. Now I have made the list. Now what we'll do is prepare the first object of class contact. Contact 1. I'll set the name of the user. His phone number. And I already have added few images to the drawable folder. I will use them. So this is our first contact object. Similarly, we can make as many objects as we want. I'll just create two more objects. Okay. Replace the object name. Okay, now I have three objects ready. Now I'll do is I'll just add these three objects to the list. Okay. Now I have a array list that contains three contact objects and the details of the objects are here. You can see. Now what we need to do is set this list to the adapter. But before that, we'll make our recycler view in our XML. But remember guys, we cannot directly use recycler view. For using it, we'll need to implement a particular dependency in our Gradle file. See, I have already written this dependency. This dependency is required for recycler view. You cannot use it without it. After writing it here, you can just sync from here and you will be ready to use RecyclerView. Okay. See this one. I'll give an ID to it. Okay. So we have a recycler view set. Okay, now we'll move to our next section, that is designing the view of our single cell. For that, we'll have to make a layout here. This is how the recycler view cell will be looking. So I'll name the file as item contact. I'll give the parent layout as a relative layout. Set the height to wrap content. I'll make image view. Let's take 50 dp as its height. Maybe 70. Okay, I'll give an ID to this. Text view for setting username. txt user number. Okay. I'll just give a bit of padding in between them. Okay, let's move to our final section, making and setting up the custom adapter. Okay, for that we'll go here. We'll make a Java class. We'll name it custom adapter here. Now what we need to do is we'll extend it with from RecyclerView dot adapter. Inside a adapter, we have a view holder which represents a single view and data related to it. Also some predefined methods. So this is how I usually make them. I extend the class with the RecyclerView adapter. Then I make this name. I give it this name. So ultimately it gives me the option to use the name. Extends view holder. Okay, so we have implemented every required method. As you can see, we are having on create view holder, on bind view holder, and get item count. This method is responsible in showing you how many items you are having in your list. This method is responsible for creating the layout, and this method binds the data with the layout. So first we'll just layout iterator dot from. This class is not having a context of its own, so I'll be sending the context from the activity side. So I'll make a constructor for this class. And then okay, now I have the context. I'll use it over here. Inflate dot layout dot activity item, because this is the layout we'll be needing. View group. Okay, our view is ready. We'll have to send this view to the view holder that we have made over here. So we'll make the view holder object and send the view to it. Okay, so now we are done. Now what we'll do is we'll declare each and every object that we have used in that item here. So let's start with image view. I have declared them. Now I need to give them their IDs. Okay, so I have given them their IDs. Now, as we have discussed earlier, now we know that we have to send the list to the adapter. So we'll make an array list over here of type contact because that's the type we'll be getting from that side. We'll give this size of the list because we only want to show the number of items that the list is holding. Now everything is set apart from binding of data. So here we'll bind the data. In onBind view holder, we get the position of the view that is being displayed. So what we'll do is we will map the data of equivalent position from our list that we have sent to the view, like this. Now whichever item is visible on the screen, the position of the item is comes over here, and we fetch the data of that position from the list and store it in this model. And now we have to assign the variables those values. Now remember that the variables are inside view holder, so we'll need its object to access that. Okay. So we have created the adapter. Now it's time to make the object of RecyclerView and set this adapter to that RecyclerView. We'll make a method for setting up RecyclerView. Okay, now we'll initialize the adapter. We'll pass the context and then we'll pass the list. This is the very same list we are having over here. Now, basically we need to set RecyclerView two main parameters. One of them is the layout manager, which is set like this, and then finally the adapter. And we are done. It's time to call these methods. First we'll make our data set and then we'll set up our RecyclerView. Okay guys, we have set up everything. We'll just run the code and see how it looks in our simulator. Okay, as you can see, we have three items that we have added to the list and it's clearly visible here. We can modify the look of the particular items, like if I just need to add a line between them, what I'll do is I'll just add a view. And then okay, I'll run the project again. Okay, so you can see that we have made a recycler view with three items. Similarly, if you had more objects, custom objects, then you can get more items over here. So guys, we are done with our first video. If you do end up liking the video, please like and subscribe our channel and also feel free to comment down below. Thanks, we'll see you in the next video.